Darius, light skin number two. That
So because we live whores.
oh, how y'all gonna stop with that?
Child.
Yes. Hold on, I gotta do some sharing real quick because the word says sharing is caring.
That's what the words say. It says that.
Yes. And at
So
my time, I've done some sharing.
we know.
Yes. Well, brother,
Love it.
sharing is caring.
So what happened was what happened, Tron, is somebody asked about me, and then I get a phone call from him, the other light skin number two, and I was like, "What you calling this on me for?" So yeah, I got. Mhm, mhm.
We'll
But
have a
I
chat
tried.
Yes.
I
afterwards.
tried to. I tried to get there a day before. That didn't work.
Hmm. Gotcha.
Oh, hold on. Where's Terrence? 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 I don't see Terrence. He say he's in here. I don't see him.
Trying, I'm the best on both sides. I'm the youngest on both sides. I hate. I can't go nowhere. I can't do nothing. Like I,
Hold on, y'all.
it's it's hard.
No, that what I'm looking for. Where is Terrence? Hold on. Oh, there he go. I got you, brother.
There we go.
Hey, Mister, welcome back.
Now, what that you said, London? I was hearing you. What was
I
that?
heard that you was asking for the
Oh,
Kool-Aid, so bitch.
yeah. I had to find
Hey,
out what Kool-Aid, what a Kool-Aid was. I was looking for a Kool-Aid.
what
Oh,
flavor you trying to
You was looking
drink?
for the Kool-Aid.
I was looking for a Kool-Aid.
Okay, well, what flavor
Hey,
you trying?
Auntie Deb.
What flavor you trying to drink? Cause bitch, I got all of them. So what's up?
It's the best Kool-Aid is
Lord, you say you got all the flavors.
always the best Kool-Aid is the red Kool-Aid,
You talking about cherry?
the cherry Kool-Aid. That's right.
You want one pack or two?
Two.
oh,
Add some
y'all
lemon to
Ooh,
it.
bitch.
Now
Look
how
at y'all. Y'all start out already. So what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the spill. I am Darius, aka the Velvet, aka Mother Feathers, aka somebody's missionary on any given day. And this is the spill, the space where we discuss all things relevant. And I got an all-star panel. First and foremost, I have to acknowledge my sister from Friday nights, honey, one of the queens from the Kings and the Court. Y'all give it up for Lady Jazz. What's up, Jazz?
Ting, 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 ting. Yes, yes. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening.
Yes, yes. How you doing?
I am wonderful living this beautiful Atlanta life.
You know what? I was in Atlanta and I wanted to get up with you so bad, but I was in the streets. I was running around with Tron
Child, we know,
all
we
weekend.
know. When
Oh,
you
you
in
gonna blame it
Atlanta,
on me?
I was running around with
yeah,
Tron all
yeah.
weekend.
Cause Tron, y'all was looking real delectable over there in them pictures. I was like, ooh, man, is that
Tr-
what they doing in the A? Okay, I hope y'all gonna be here next weekend for Pride. Cause honey, it's
Child,
gonna
I
be
gotta
a
see my
lot of good
pride.
stuff.
It be a little too much. I ain't be trying to pay overprice. If I want to go somewhere, I ain't
Well,
trying to pay two,
no,
three
no.
times the
To be
price.
honest with you, the hosting hotel was not expensive. The hosting hotel was only five. It was pretty much like $100 a day. It's at the Sunista and by the airport, and that's the
Well,
hosting hotel.
well, babe, I got a question. Is they gonna have enough sheets and washcloths and stuff that weekend?
Listen, baby, that's why you gotta come prepared and pack your own. Look, you gotta pack your own so you can use yours and use theirs, honey. At least you have a backup if you need to use yours, child. But
Baby, bring your own
but
sheets
one
too,
thing
baby. Bring
about
your
me,
own.
I'm a be in that number well and protected, honey. See, I need you to have that plastic, okay?
Lord.
I'm gonna
So
be
we got my
protected.
brother. We got my brother from another mother. Also from Friday nights. An original king, the youngest king, the baby king, as he loves to let y'all know, London Dupree.
Hey,
Hi.
London.
Give it up, give it up, give it
now
up.
a
The
question
the
about that
freak me.
cherry flavor. I got it.
So we got my brother all the way from South Florida. My brother, a king in his own right. What's up, Terrence?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good day.
Terrence, you got
Yes.
dreads, honey. You look like a Florida dude.
I am.
Oh, that's why London over there getting hot and moist.
I'm not hot, no boy.
London
He
over
said,
there getting
no,
London over there getting
no, wait a minute, there, baby.
his
Hold on,
booty
baby.
cheeks is
He,
getting real, real tender.
my booty cheeks.
Ah,
So this is what happened, Jazz. So I got a phone call that said, "Oh, somebody looking for you." So I'm like, "Well, who you talking about?" They was talking about. So they said shit. They said his name. I said, "Girl, wait a minute now. Let me
who
look at
was looking
the
for you? Terrence. Terrence was looking for you.
Uh-huh.
He was
It ain't even
looking.
happen like that. I said,
Oh,
"Cause I said me and Terrence in here." I say, Terrence want to see you.
He,
Terrence.
he was late.
Terrence, you want to dip in? You want to dip in the chocolate? The chocolate realm?
No, we
It's
don't
all
talk
right,
about.
friend. It's all right, friend.
Lord,
Ain't nothing
Lord.
wrong with it.
And last but certainly not least, my brother right here. He is a king in his own right too. He's my presiding bishop. He don't know it yet. Uh, but y'all give it up for Tron.
Woo!
Yes, Tron. Now, Tron, what
Yeah,
tribe
yeah.
you
Yes,
from? Are you straight or you
uh,
hetero? I mean, are you hetero or you homo?
He's a homo.
Well, you never know these days, London. You got to ask to get results, London. I
so
got to ask.
just know that's a whole man over there,
That's
Jazz.
the
It's a whole man.
homo.
He looks anointed and appointed for such a time
Oh,
as this.
I heard he's anointed and appointed. I heard, girl.
He
Look,
look
I
like
got to give a shout out to my brother here because he showed me such a good time. I was in Atlanta last weekend for the Saving Ourselves Symposium Conference. SOS shout out to the Southern AIDS Coalition. Shout out to Mardrikis Harris and his team.
Woo!
They showed myself and my other brother Prashard and my other brother Antonio Miles. They showed us such a good time. I learned a lot. I met so many different people. Um, and my brother Tron here, he is an Atlanta resident, and he showed me. Well, he just
Tron, you
he
in
rolled out the map.
Atlanta.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit,
Jazz.
Tron. I'm in
Oh shit!
Tron. I stay up north. I stay in Johns Creek beside an Alpharetta. Tron. You just let me know when you want to go have brunch.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
We can go sit
Sounds
and talk. We can sit and talk about things. You know what Jill Scott said?
long
She
walk
said we can talk
through the
about
park.
Revelations 3 and 18.
What is it?
Jazz, is there a Papados near you out there?
It's one in Duluth. Yep.
Because I went
Well,
to
I think it's
Papados
in.
Saturday.
Is it Duluth? Yeah, it's in Duluth. It's in Duluth. It's one out here by us. Yeah. I'm in Lithonia right now, sitting in front of
Ooh,
my
baby.
big
I
house.
went.
Ooh, baby, you far.
Ooh, you
Ooh.
are far.
So what y'all don't know is, honey, my show in LA was not what it was supposed to be. And so, I had to recruit some of them funds until my next show, because baby, that's another story for another day.
Woo!
Yeah, honey. But I won't be throwing on no more shows in LA. Just know that.
Oh
Mm-mm.
Lord,
You know,
that
that's
sounds like.
that's out. I think we're not gonna say no names, but I think it was a spirit over there that just tore up my show, honey. We're not gonna say no names though.
You talking about big as a bear, ugly as a gorilla.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I think the spirit
Oh child,
of confusion was over my show.
child. You should have seen that hoe coming a mile away because she can't sneak up on you.
you
Hey,
so
listen, that honey was child.
Oh look, oh my other brother is on here. I got to give a shout out my brother Joel, who also showed me such a great time. It's good to see you on, brother. Yes.
Jerry's, you had some cuties this past weekend. Who was that light skinned brother?
there you go. I knew it was coming.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Well,
It was
Tron ain't really light skinned,
the only light
but
bright one out the group.
They all look, all of them
Let
like
me
except for like
let me go back. Let me go back to my
you
Facebook.
gotta let me know which pictures you talking about,
Let
because
me let me talk.
London
Let me
swear
talk.
that Tron is a red man, and Tron ain't a red man. Just he more caramel.
No, try not a red man, but let me
if
try.
if listen,
Try.
if
I
we
got to ask Try, are you an asexual?
a what?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I know it's good. I know it's good. Answer the question.
What?
Are you
Hold
an
on,
asexual?
hold on, bitch. I went to public school, bitch. That was a private school where you didn't get
Are you asexual, Tron?
what is asexual?
So basically, if I want to make sure I get it right for those that's in the comments, asexual is you're not attracted. If I'm not mistaken, you're not attracted to a certain sexual. A sexual identifier. So like you could be attracted to a transsexual. You could be attracted to a man or a woman. You go off of their personality. I think ain't that asexual? I
Yeah,
think that's asexual.
Yeah, I don't get
asexual.
correct. I don't get caught up in identities.
Also, you're asexual. Oh, Tron,
Mm-hmm.
we gonna definitely talk, Tron. Don't play the chip.
Lord.
Yeah, man.
You know what? I knew that shit was coming.
But parking lot Tron. I was talking about the fine one right here with these dreads, honey. Not Terrence. I don't see Terrence in here. Terrence, you fine too, boo. But I'm talking about that one right there.
P. He talking about P.
Oh, that's my friend Prashad. That's the friend.
Yeah.
Child, matter of fact, let me tag him in this damn video.
I said, SOS, please somebody help me, honey. I'd have put a Rihanna.
Child, but you know what? You ain't the only somebody. I got somebody from Tallahassee inboxed me about him. I was like, damn, y'all ain't never seen me and the friend together before. We hang all the time.
Well, I know that, but
He was the show.
Honey, you sit your ass in Florida. You don't go nowhere but Florida, honey. You only come up Atlanta.
Brother, you need to come down here this weekend. What you doing Saturday?
I've been summoned. I heard.
Yes, we need to talk about that because we celebrating our brother. Shout out to our brother King Jives, who had a birthday on Monday, but he's still celebrating.
Happy birthday, husband! I love you. Happy birthday, husband.
Yes.
That's my blogger husband.
Girl, listen, his birthday is another birthday to me.
Shut up, I'm about to say that. Shut up, Lonnie. His bald head still make my juices run.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I'm going to tell Jay.
Because I know he going to watch this now or later.
I'm going to tell Jay.
You can tell Jay, honey, because Jay knows the time of this.
And I'm going to tell Marquise, too.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Well, wait a minute. Let me see if Christian watching this.
Christian probably watching, child. That's the numero one, honey. Yeah, meow. My Christian. Don't tell him, honey. I don't want him to be jealous.
Lord.
But try, I'll forsake all for you.
Oh, now you're coming back to me.
Now you circling back around the Tron after you don't talk about everybody else.
I didn't want to leave Tron in the parking lot. I wanted to circle back around and tell him I will forsake all thee for him, honey. If it's right. You can't forsake everybody, honey, if it's right.
Lord. So I got to give a shout out to a few people. Shout out to Auntie Deb. Hey, Auntie Deb. Shout out to Mr. Sean Kinsey, my favorite person in the Orlando area. Shout out to who said shout out to what's up, Derek? Shout out to James for the Man Cave on Thursday nights right here on Power Plug Radio. So if you tune into the Man Caves Thursday at 8:30 p.m. All right, James, I'm waiting to find out when y'all gonna have me on the Man Cave. Y'all need to have me in London over there at the Man Cave.
What's the Man Cave? Is it a whole bunch of men?
So the Man Cave is a show on Power Plug Radio. Where it's 3 to 4 guys that right here from this community. They talk about topics from a male perspective. So so we'll fit in over there. I keep telling them, if y'all let me in London, come over there. Now it's gonna be a different type of show.
Oh, this is a real radio station.
Yes.
This is a real radio station.
Yes.
So we live on the radio right now?
We live.
Yeah.
Child, I did not know. Let me put my cushion on because I did not know we was on the
Shout out to our other king. Shout out to Ashley in the comments. I see you, brother. How you doing?
Yeah,
you know what, Ashley? Ashley, what you doing? You want to come on here and talk? Because I would love to hear your perspective too. Ashley, let me know if you're free. Inbox me.
You talking about Ashley from Chicago?
Uh-huh.
Oh, child.
Wait a minute, Tron. Somebody said they ain't seen you since 1997.
Do what?
In the comments, Derek said he ain't seen you since 1997.
Oh,
Christian here too. What's Christian?
Hey, baby daddy. Hey, baby daddy.
Christian, what you doing? You want to come on? If you want to come on,
Hey, baby
inbox me.
daddy.
Matter of
Bring
fact,
my baby
Christian.
daddy around.
Matter of fact, Christian, I'm because I think he'll be good for the combo too. So, matter of fact, Christian, I'm sending you a link.
Make sure you got your drawers on because I don't want everybody to see my piece.
Oh my.
Oh Lord.
I don't want everybody to see my piece that makes me steal.
That makes you. Girl, what? What's going on?
Follow me, Derry. Follow me, London. Your piece that makes you steal. What's your steal a piece in your pants? Hello. Follow me, London.
Oh well, girl.
Golly, London. You ain't all caught up in the spirit like that.
Lord. So yeah, let me do the business real quick so we get into some shit. So this is the spill on Power Plug Radio. Power Plug Radio is a black-owned internet-based radio station.
Woo!
Home of throwback jams. We have this show, which is under the Power Plug Radio umbrella. We also have the Man Cave. We have a trap show. We got we have our own DJs, the Four Horsemen, who and
The
pretty
Four
much
Horsemen, I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, baby, the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, baby.
Uh-huh.
So we got a variety of different shows. We have apps on the Google Play Store, Alexa, Apple, the Power Plug Radio app. You can listen to our music anytime. All of this, and so we invite you to please tune in to Power Plug Radio. Thank you for supporting us. Also have to give a shout to Urban Drinkery. Next time I'm gonna put it up next week. Urban Drinkery, it's a specialty drinkery right here out of the Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg area that makes specialty drinks. Y'all hear me talk about Urban a lot. Matter of fact, Terrence, I got to sing you some more.
I'm gonna send you some.
What's the radio station called? Power what?
Power Plug.
Power who?
Plug.
Power Plug. The plug. PLUG.
Oh, Power Plug. Okay. And that's straight out of what? Tampa, Florida.
It's right here, based out of the St. Petersburg
Florida,
area.
y'all.
Power Plug Radio, yes, Tampa Bay area. So these are our sponsors. If you have anyone that's listening, if you have a product, something you would love to advertise, hit me up. We will advertise your stuff for you for a small donation to the ministry. All right.
Y'all know niggas don't like to donate.
Yes, honey. You know, for a reasonable price, we'll promote you and push your stuff. All right.
Derek.
So yes.
Terrence.
Yep.
You put your whole mouth around that thing that you eat right now.
It's a mango, and I'm being very generous about it. Leave me alone.
I was like, wait a minute. He keep.
Well, if you can't eat. You got to eat mangoes a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not waiting a minute, Terrence. You can't be on the doggone Power 95 channel sucking on mangoes like that too soon. So you gonna give people some ideas, and this supposed to be a friendly show.
I gave warning to the host. Listen, I'm South Florida, so we eat mangoes all the time.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Eat you a mango, brother.
I bet you do, child. I'm not gonna tell you to stop.
Yes. So let's get into some topics. Now I wanted to talk about a situation, some videos that, and I wanted to play. I'm gonna say I wanted to play the video, but I didn't want to get a strike for playing it, so I elected not to play the video. There in South Florida, I think it's Fort Lauderdale, Broward County. There's a young black trans girl, 14 years old, by the name of Chad Sanford. Lives with her grandmother. There have been at least two documented, videoed incidences of Chad being bullied, harassed, and beaten by his peers. One incident occurred at school. She was attacked by some of her peers while other people just stood around and watched. And in another video, a couple of months later, she was lured to a park under the pretense of hanging out, and she was jumped by some boys. Now, I first became aware of this situation. I was on Instagram, and Hope Giselle had gone live. And Hope Giselle is a fierce advocate for trans men and trans women. Um, and she was talking about the situation, and then she brought T.S. Madison on, and they collectively discussed the situation and raised awareness surrounding this issue. And I think I was even talking to you about it, Terrence.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and I started doing some digging because I had not heard, and I'm here in Florida, and I had not really heard about the
yeah,
situation before I heard about it.
yeah.
Um,
He had actually had to move schools, right? This was not the first time that he had this had actually occurred to him, her, excuse me, and it was a challenge. It is still a challenge that schools are still struggling with. So, yeah.
yes. So I talked about the first incident that happened at school, and now these are just incidents that have been recorded. I did some digging, and Chad has asked and bullied multiple occasions um, by peers and different people within her age range. Um, I watched the video where she was attacked at school. She was surrounded by a group of students. Somebody came up from behind, attacked her from behind, knocked her to the ground. They started kicking her, punching her, spitting on her, yelling anti-gays, calling her faggot, all kinds of stuff. Um, um, it was just very disturbing to watch. And then the incident that happened where she was lured to the park under the pretense of friendship, under the pretense of just wanting to hang out, and to know that whole scenario was a setup to get her outside of her house and to get her alone. Um, I watched the interview that Chad did, and she described her school experience as a living hell, stating that she had suicidal ideations, and we know. And I did some digging. I went to I think it's the Trevor Project.
Mm-hmm.
I think Terrence, something you might be familiar with that. And I looked at some statistics and studies,
Yeah.
and we know that, yeah, people of trans experience, um, uh, according to the study, have had more incidences of suicidal ideations, meaning that they have thought about it or it.
Yeah.
And so Chad voiced that she had thought about it because of the constant bullying that she had experienced. When I went and looked at that website, and I was just really amazed all the information that they have on there. Half of LGBTQ youth have seriously considered suicide. This is just within the past year.
Yeah.
Now we know that we live in some states, like right here in Florida, we have the whole um,
Mm-hmm.
"Don't Say Gay" law bill that passed. In Alabama, they passed a law about no medical procedures for transgender youth. And here in Florida, we have something very similar, which is why the Hillsborough County State Attorney was removed by Governor DeStanton, um, because he stated that he was not going to enforce those laws along with the ban on abortion. Um, so what do y'all think about this situation? Because when I saw that shit, I was messed up. Now I know growing up, I had a point in time in which I felt confused with this whole gay thing, and I never felt like I wasn't the correct sex, or that I was in the wrong body, or that I was the wrong gender. So I can't speak to how Chad um feels. But just to know that this young kid who's just living her life, she ain't doing nothing to nobody, you
Mm-hmm.
know, you attack just for going to school.
Mm-hmm.
Well, being a transgender woman myself, um, and having to go through that experience at around her age,
Mm.
I, y'all, and I don't want to, y'all know, I try to be neutral and diplomatic, but I know for myself going through that at a young age, I know what it feels like to be picked on just for you being gay. But however, I did not actually go forth with coming into my own as far as a woman until I left high school.
Mm.
Uh huh.
And my opinion on this is, first of all, something traumatic. Anytime somebody say that their grandbaby stays with their grandma, there's something that traumatic happened in that baby's life. The reason why they're not with their mom or their dad or whatever the case may be. She's staying with her grandma, correct?
She
Correct.
stays with her grandmother.
So unfortunately, with grandmothers and households and stuff like that, the grandma is only going to be able to do so much or whatever. I feel as though, and this may come off a little bit harsh, but I feel as though if you are wanting to take part in you expressing yourself as a transgender man or transgender woman, even at a young age, you have to be prepared for the possibility of being harassed, being bullied, being possibly in this case jumped. I think with it's not even just with the gay community, with women, with girls, it could happen to anybody. However, it obviously is, and I'm gonna say this too. Growing up, we only knew gay and bi, but
Yeah.
now you got all these isms. Y'all follow what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I asked Tron, you were asexual. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know nothing about no goddamn asexual until I damn near got in my 30s. What the hell is an asexual? Either you like men or you like women. Which
Yeah.
one is it? So we have opened up a whole Pandora's box for people to express themselves without actually being classified as, oh, you just like men or you just gay. So you have to be prepared
Mhm.
even as a young child. If that's what you want to go through, then you have to really take into consideration, how is this going to bring a negative reflection on myself? I'm not telling that young girl that she cannot express herself how she feels. However, look at Dwayne Wade's daughter.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be honest with you. Homegirl don't look like a woman a day of her life.
Mm-mm.
I see her as a teenage boy.
Yeah.
But she feels in her body, even with the short hair and stuff, that she feels that she's a girl. And I just feel like, y'all, I was very fortunate because I didn't have to go through that much stuff. Like in elementary school, I remember, boys used to pick on me, but the same boys used to pick on me in elementary was trying to fuck on me in middle school.
All right.
You
That's
know,
usually how it be.
That's how it be. Because they're not comfortable with themselves. Y'all feel like I'm about to go there. They
Mm-hmm.
don't feel as comfortable with themselves. So instead of them saying, "Oh, I like penises, I like ass," or whatever the case may be, they're gonna pick on you. It's a constant rotation of the wheel.
Yeah.
Because the grown men doing now, they're not gonna want it. Y'all, we can go so far with this, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, if you're gonna be transgender at a very young age, you have to be prepared for what may come. You cannot go everywhere everybody goes. And if you do, you better have a whole support system behind your back that's willing to jump in front of you for you, because you don't know what the setup is gonna be. Just my opinion.
Hey
I
man,
agree. I
we got
agree with
And,
Jazz.
and
Um,
yes. Shout out Ashley. Go ahead. Shout out to Ashley, my brother from Friday nights.
hey guys and sis.
Hello.
I agree with Jazz. This generation coming up feels that everything has to be given to them and everything has to be fair, and that is not the case. When I was a little young boy coming up, I knew I was gay. I knew I liked boys. I knew I liked to dress in girls' clothes, but I knew I had to be strong in what came along with that. So I also think that helped me with who I am today. It just built us up as a person. It makes us stronger. It's not going to be fair all the time. If you're going to be different, if you're going to be out there, you have to make a stand. Also, Jazz saying you need a good support system. Some people just don't have a good support system, but you do need one of those. My mom was up to that school every day making sure you better not let nothing happen to my son or I'm going to sue the shit out of y'all. She was up there every single day advocating and being there for me. So you're going to need somebody strong. I don't know if I don't know what the situation are. Most grandmas don't have that time or the energy to do something like that.
Mhm.
But it's not going to be fair. It's not going to be all candy and sunshine. If you want to be different, you're going to have to deal with comes with the consequences. That's just how I feel about it.
yeah.
And every child in that instance should be able to. I know I had all up until I got out of high school. I had at least one teacher that I could go to and express how I personally feel, and that teacher was kind of like my protection. They know if I went and told Miss Johnson that Trayvon or whatever is fucking with me, Miss Johnson gonna take Trayvon's ass to that office and see why the fuck he fucking with you. Then she gonna write your ass up. Then if you do it again, she gonna kick your ass out of school. So it's almost to the point where that boy don't. I mean, excuse me, that girl does not even have a protection around her with the teachers in
No,
the school system.
no,
So what
no.
do you guys? I'm sorry, I know I'm not trying to delegate the conversation. What do you guys feel that should be done here for kids like this?
Well, I'll say this
So
one. I'll
go
say
ahead.
one that the at least 3 of the persons that were caught in the video have been caught, right? So
Good.
utilize that conversation. I don't think we ever spend time to take the conversation away from the victim and looked at the accusers, right? I think there's room to actually try to figure out, where these, accusers, experiences are coming from too. Now that's a long drill down. The other is that support system. I don't see the grandmother. When I saw the interview, and the news can cap it however they want, grandma, I don't think is all the way 100% in with her grandchild being who
Because
he
she's
needs to
not
be.
a now. Let me ask you this. I'm sorry to cut you off, Tim. Is the child black or white? Because I
Black.
don't.
Black.
She's black.
She's black.
Oh,
She's
grandma
black.
not touching it. She not touching it.
Yeah,
She
she
old
not.
school. She
Yeah,
not touching it.
yeah. It's a challenge, and you could tell from even the interview that I think she's just fearful of her taking her life. Right. I think that's one thing's for sure. She expressed that, but I don't think she truly has Gardner a support system or pride lines. I'm gonna be honest. I the first time when I heard it, and I thought you were gonna mention it, Jess, that I actually thought to myself, why does this young child not know you don't go off? Like, that's the classic motherfucker rule that they pulled on you. Like, that's a classic. Like, come on, go play with me. These dudes ain't been playing with you all year, but now all of a sudden they want
Right.
to play with you.
Well, you
Like,
know
that's
what, Terrence? I don't think it was a dude. I think it was some girls that came to that door, just like
Yeah.
Hope just said.
Well,
I
even
think
with
it
that,
was some girls that came to that door and invited him out.
it's a
but even
classic.
with that, it's still the okie doke.
Yeah, it's the okie doke. It's a
Why
classic.
We're
would you?
not
Why
friends.
would you invite me out all of a sudden?
Right.
Right.
We haven't been friends all this time. So
Yeah.
why all of a sudden now you want to be buddy buddy with me?
Yeah. So
So again, and London got to say something next. The question comes into effect of, again, you not having nobody that got your back, but you saying you're transgender.
yeah.
There's an issue.
Yeah.
Hello. These
Yeah.
girls, you don't know these girls. You may know them, but you got to ask yourself, do these girls really got my back or got my best interest? Or why are
These,
y'all trying to take me to a park?
these
If y'all
girls,
want to kick it, y'all can kick it right here with me. Why we got? What's difference at the park? And y'all
these,
don't even play on the swing set.
But
these
you
girls.
think about when you were that age, though. She's a young
I wasn't
teen.
at no
She
park
want
at that age, honey. I was out there until the street
no.
lights
It's
came
not
on, and I know y'all
about
gonna
what you like.
back.
Age, you were impressionable. You wanted to fit in. You wanted to be
Nah,
a
hell no,
part.
not me, honey.
I think that's part of bumping your head on this journey and learning.
Yeah.
That I've had to do that. I got some girls that lured me somewhere because they were trying to get with some boys to impress, and the boys tried to, it's you learn. You won't do it again, will you?
Yeah. London, what you talking about?
All right. So I feel two ways about this. First of all, baby, you don't know how to fight.
Apparently, well, she was outnumbered at both ends. Still,
I'm talking about,
Baby, I would have had a bed of rocks on that.
hold on, time out. Baby, you don't know how to fight. Oh, cause baby, I would have mollywopped all them niggas. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? That's
Yeah.
first. That's the first thing. Now, second, I feel like she should not commit suicide. There are many resources, there are avenues that she can go. Like, she has to do that. But cardinal rule number one when I was growing up, bitch, if you ever got in a fight and you fucking lost, you got your ass beat when you got home. So
when you got to the house,
I've never
take your ass back down there. If you don't win, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah, like, tighten up.
It's not even that, bitch. I'm going back to that school. If I get my ass beat, I'm going back to that same motherfucker. I'm gonna whoop that motherfucker ass, son, and let
Cause
everybody see.
even when I was in high school, I was the cute, bougie, cuddly boy that was gay, but I used to hang with the niggas.
How you bougie in public school?
Huh?
You keep talking about you in the public school. How you bougie?
I'm gonna eat my mic tonight on that.
So,
That nigga said he was bougie, honey.
I mean, I was. But I used to hang with straight niggas, and I never got disrespected.
London, we know why you was hanging with a straight nigga. You was trying to turn it out.
Partly, but I can see London. I can see London fitting in with
Yeah,
straight
I trained
people.
with straight
Uh,
niggas, nigga. I played
yeah.
basketball, football, and I ran track, and I played the band.
What balls did you pick up, London?
What?
On
Cause
that,
we know what ball you was really looking at, and there wasn't no damn Spalding.
I mean, do you gonna that I did not have a crush on the football player, bitch? I'll be lying, bitch, and I still got.
London, you just wanted to be in that locker room seeing all the tallywhackers.
Brother,
No, no, no,
brother,
no.
did you play the tight end?
Yes, he did.
No,
Yes, he did.
Can I drink my drink?
hey, can I?
Was you the wide receiver?
Had that booty tooted up in the air, honey. Yeah, he did. Had that booty tooted up in the air.
if I tell you what position I played, bitch, you gonna make a joke about it. But anywho,
Yeah, don't tell us. Don't tell us.
no, I was
Less is more.
I played running back. I played running back when I was in school.
London, I cannot see your ass. I mean, but you know what?
JB or varsity?
Varsity.
You know he
Really? Because you ain't that damn big. You play varsity?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Do you got to think these like early 2000s?
But no, on a serious note, like you have to be a fighter. I'm just even if you're gay, you have to be a fighter. You cannot just no ma'am.
Yeah. So I feel like they need to enroll Chad in some kind of self-defense course. She need to learn martial arts or something where she can defend herself.
Which means she ain't got no money.
Okay, wait a minute. Where did she stay at?
She's in Fort
Florida.
Fort Lauderdale.
She's in Fort Lauderdale, but I'm sure
in Florida
and Miami.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale, but I'm sure.
Hey, baby Chad, if you listening, my name is London Looks Blueprint on Facebook. I would gladly show you how to kick somebody's ass real decent, darling. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure from this, there are a lot of resources that have probably been poured out. Now, whether the grandmother, again, you got to remember, like, I really don't feel like the action is on the other side. She has other things she's probably concerned about. And like Jess said, there's probably other trauma that's underneath, right, that hurts this situation even more. So, but for sure, a support system is needed, a counselor. She's been transferred schools a number of times. But I'm hoping, my hope was that Giselle would reach out to her. Dwayne Wade would reach out to that grandmother, right? These families, these Black families don't know how to handle this situation. And the more we see people like Dwayne Wade taking this direction with his child, other kids are going to look and be like, okay, why can't my parent take this direction, right? So there's a conversation. Come on, Jack.
Because I really think that Dwayne Wade is sweet. I know too.
Well, and you very well could be right about that.
I applaud him for wanting to take a stand, but this is really hard for me to even grasp. Like, your daughter, what she want to be called?
Zaya.
She's getting
Zaya wants to be called Zaya, but Zaya does not look like Zaya. She looks like Zion.
Well, maybe they're doing it by the book, so you have to be.
What's by the book? When you gay, it ain't no by no book.
Okay,
hold
but she doesn't. But now you talking about gender identity versus sexual preference. That's two different things.
Okay. The little baby ain't even fucking 14 yet, so.
And this is a good segue.
That's what confuses me, London, when I see this type of situation, because it isn't that when they say gender fluid or gender whatever, what the fuck is gender fluid?
Yeah.
So first, let's distinguish. There is a difference between who somebody is sexually attracted to versus gender. So Zaya,
if you're born a boy saying you want to be a woman, evidently you don't want no other women to look at you. You want another man to look at you.
That's not necessarily the case. That's not necessarily the case, because I have met some people that self-identified as another gender, but you would still think they was in the typical heterosexual relationship.
You would think, but that's not the case.
Because of what they like sexually, what they're attracted to. And then you got some like you was talking about asexual people earlier.
And that's when we start getting into the thing, Jess, when we talk about motherfuckers like to be pegged. When we talk about motherfuckers cock holding and shit. Let's talk about it. You want to
We
go
gonna
there?
talk
Let's
about it. So,
talk about it.
Okay,
Because
wait.
so I'm glad. Go ahead, London.
Okay.
all this is an array of sitting around you not being gender fluid. So you're not gonna let the man touch your penis, but you get off by seeing another man have sex with your so-called girl, and you supposed to still be straight. Nah, boo. Nah, boo. Nah, boo. I ain't buying it.
Wait. Before you open Pandora's box, bitch, any deal? Can we please get off the show and talk about this shit? But I would say I think the one way for being a parent, being a father, because it's a very hard pill to swallow when your child turn around and say, "Daddy, I want to be something totally different than what it's child." So, God, good.
London, it's always your phone.
Yeah.
Why is all
I don't know who background that is. Let me see.
It be happening on Friday nights. That's always your phone.
what?
Mute your phone and see if it's still happening. It's London's phone.
So
That
it,
feedback.
I'll be right back. Hold
You know, so I just feel as though it's just really hard with this situation, you guys. And I get, Hope Giselle and T.S. Madison wants to bring awareness to, what's going on and stuff like that. But again, y'all bringing awareness, but what are y'all trying to say that y'all want to see happen? Because this is something that everybody.
So the one thing that they are doing is like Hope has been in contact with law enforcement.
Uh-oh,
Darius,
did you
you
freeze?
froze.
You froze.
Oh Lord.
Oh, Shanama.
The doggone host done froze up.
There you go. He back.
All right, I'm back. So yeah, so I know some things that Hope has done is that she has been in contact with the law enforcement agencies down there, pushing them to make sure that these events.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. You went out again.
Honey, you might have to come off that Wi-Fi doors.
Hold on now. I paid my damn Wi-Fi bill.
Honey, your Wi-Fi is pause and shine.
Goddamn Spectrum.
That's why you go with Comcast Xfinity.
Hope is from down this way, so she has she really does have a passion for the South. So she puts in the work on that. So I'm sure she is putting in a lot of effort, to make sure that legally. She did the same thing with the other children that I've seen her step up,
But you guys, this happens all the time.
It does, yeah.
And the only reason why this has gotten so much media feedback was because the shit went viral.
Yeah.
So we can't, honestly, we can try all we want, but we cannot save every damn person that's talking about they feel like they're transgender. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we supposed to do collectively? Like, this is something that people been fighting for a long time, and it's still going to happen when we all dead and gone.
Right.
This situation is still going to continue to happen. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to stop trying to fight for equality for them. But again, y'all have to look at it until the LGBT community comes together and they stop bashing the fuck out of each other and they stop, throwing shade at each other in our own community when we're supposed to love every fucking body. Then to me, I feel like it's going to be never ending. Because we got people right in our own community that it's gay men that can't stand transsexuals. It's transsexuals that can't stand gay men. It's a lot of bullshit that we have to deal with in our own LGBT community. So we can't even love on the fucking each other. How are we talking about loving on somebody that we don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy to me. It's just.
Well, Jazz, I don't think that we're monolithic. I think that this is a situation where we will have to deal with both at the same time. One is a very urgent, right? When you have kids, and I will say this, it is much, much easier, quote unquote, in certain environments, especially more environments now, to come out who you are, right?
No, it's not. It's
you
not.
Don't think that it was?
No, I tell you what it is, Terrence, because I'm not going to say her name, but I know of someone, and I'm not going to say her name because okay, I have a sibling that she's experiencing herself.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had a conversation with my mother, and me and my mother have had a conversation because my mother does have a LGBT or trans daughter. You know what I'm saying? And even my mom has stated that she feels as though that she's just doing this thing because it's popular. A lot of people are
Mm-hmm.
are trying to
Sad.
join our community because it's a trend. They see it's being more accepted. And so they're feeling like, okay, well, since it's being more accepted, then I'm gonna do it. Y'all remember the phase when we was growing up? They're talking about, oh, that's just a phase they're going in. They're gonna grow
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah.
I didn't grow out of like it, man. I love it. I love it. Ain't nothing like
I,
a strong piece of pipe. I love
I,
it.
I guess the pipe never got old.
It never got old. And apparently neither did I.
Right.
So I'm just saying, like, it's got to be when you know, you know.
Yeah.
It's not
Baby,
what
who
it sounds
background
like.
is that, brother? Is that your
It's
background?
London.
That's
I'm
his.
telling you, it's London's background. London,
That's
you
his
Uh,
back. He got to put it on mute
I,
until he
he
can
it
got to
hear
sound
it.
put
like,
it
are
on
you
mute because
typing
it's
or
pulling up
something?
the echo. There you
Okay.
go. So
Yeah, just
London put it
unmute
on
when you
mute because
talk.
yeah. But I'm just saying, you guys, it's so mind-boggling to me because we know what it feels like to have to fight for us to even get this far. But
that's not
it's like
still
I
crack.
Yeah, I still
it's
hear it.
still crackling. It sound like a Hershey's bar with almonds.
Wow.
So I just want people to understand, yes, don't stop fighting for equality for trans. I get it. I'm trans. But also y'all have to prepare, and y'all have to have, maybe y'all have to come together and have seminars or have little things for these transgender young kids that are growing up. Don't just sit there and say, oh, I'm going to contact law enforcement, stuff like that. You need to sit down and have a conversation with them and tell them this is the risk that you guys are willing to take. Do you honestly understand? A lot of these kids don't. I, I'm going to say
But
this.
should they have to at that age? Why can't they just concentrate on being a child, on being a teenager?
And that's I'm glad you said that because that was going to be my next point. Y'all, y'all so good. Oh, I feel like I'm transgender. Do you? Because let me tell y'all something. I was transgender even before I knew I was transgender. Why? Because when I hit puberty in the middle, and when I hit puberty in 6th grade, I hit puberty as a female would hit puberty. These titties, 38Ds, did not get here by no hormone shots, no hormone pills. I don't know what a hormone shot
Ooh, baby,
feels
they
like.
homegrown.
Okay, they are very grown, but I've had these since mentally. I've had these since I hit puberty. Instead of me hitting puberty as a guy with the whole facial hair and having an Adam's apple and the masculinity, my shit was totally opposite. My mother didn't even understand. So guess what? She had to take me to my pediatrician. He ran his little test or whatever, and it came to find out that I was one of the guys at the time that had more estrogen than testosterone. So as I develop, I'm going to develop more like a female. My hands and my feet are just like a woman. I can throw these things like a nigga, but they're still soft and feminine. So I'm just saying, it's one of those things where it's like you got to be prepared. But again, y'all, I didn't start actually fulfilling my purpose as a woman until I graduated high school, because at that point I was still nervous and say, you know what, I'm not really trying to do this right now. Y'all, I remember wearing, what's the studs wear in London? They wear the training, not the training bra, the things that push your titties down,
A sports bra.
the
Well,
sports bra. I remember there was days that because I didn't understand myself, but I didn't want to face the ridicule of other people because I had a full stack of rack on here. So I remember there was days that I used to duct tape my breast down to it, make it look like I had a pet instead of having a full-fledged top. You know what I'm saying? So I know what it feels like, what she's going through, but I don't think that baby was ready for what was to come. And that's what we're facing with. Do you honestly understand what you're about to do? And are you ready for what's going to happen if you do go through with this?
Yeah, sometimes I wonder, and I recall somebody that I had a conversation with some years ago. I think they were around 18 and they wanted to transition. And I recall, I said, look, I'm not trying to discourage your decision, but you haven't even begun to live. Are you sure this is what you want to do? I say, how do you not know? Why don't you try before you go for a full transition? Maybe you just try, you know, dressing as a woman and living as a woman before you make that step. I said, I do know people that have had the transition, had the full transition, and they have come to regret it. I said, have you even considered what you want to do
You
in
better
life?
talk about it. You
Have you
better talk
considered
about it,
what
Darius.
your life is,
You
what you
better
want your
talk
life to
about
look
it.
like in 5 years, 10 years? You
You
know,
better talk
that's going
about
to
it.
affect your career path. What are your career goals? Like, what are your goals, period? So I said, I'm not trying to discourage you, but these are things that you need to seriously think about, because I know some women, some trans women that have gone all the way, and some of them regret it. They have regretted it later in life
Because
because it.
you still feel unfulfilled.
Well, and
I tell people all the time, have I thought about having the reassignment surgery? Sure. But am I really getting the surgery for myself, or am I getting it for a motherfucker to love me? Bitch, I love what I got between my legs, regardless of the fact I doesn't make me no less than a female. Just like T.S. Madison said, she not getting her shit cut off. That don't make her less than a female because she's keeping it. And you have to understand, when you go through that surgery, I went through a BBL and my ass don't want niggas touching me now. I don't know if it's because my confidence level done went up and I got a shape, I got a body, I got ass, I don't know what it is. But when I got my BBL, I didn't want no niggas fucking me. Cause bitch, now I feel like, bitch, you gotta have a prize. You gotta bring surprises over here to get this damn good juice. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
So I even feel like, even with people going through the surgery and getting sex reassignment, are you prepared for that mentally? Because the whole purpose, honestly, what I feel as a woman is your pussy is there to reproduce.
Mm-hmm.
That's the purpose of your vagina. The Lord made your vagina so you can multiply, be fruitful, and multiply. So if you're telling me that I got to get this cut off and I can't, and I don't have ovaries to where I'm not gonna feel fulfilled as a woman, why the fuck go through it?
Mm.
At least with what I got now, I know I can still doggone take it to someone and be somebody's surrogate. Somebody can carry my child, my legacy. But when you get that cut off, you're cutting off anything that's going to represent you. Want anything? You want anything to say with you? I'm not about to do that. Not about to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Not about to do
Yeah.
that.
Now
No.
this is interesting, because I do want to go to Zaya, because there was a story that hit a couple of days ago that Dwayne Wade has filed to legally change uh, Zaya's name and gender. Now Zaya's already been calling herself Zaya, but they want the courts to legally change her name to Zaya and to legally affirm her as a girl or as a young woman.
She does not look.
Um,
I don't look at her and see a female.
but Jazz, it's not about what we see, it's about what they see and feel
Yeah.
themselves.
And that's why I said that's confusing as fuck to me.
Yeah.
And so Dwayne Wade did notify Zaya's mother. That's Dwayne Wade's ex-wife. Um,
Mm.
he he notified her out of courtesy, but Dwayne Wade has full custody. That was the custody agreement. He has full custody of Zaya, and as the custodial parent, he's citing that he doesn't really need her permission
So
because she doesn't have custody.
when Zaya gets older and she wants to go back to being a boy, then what?
Well, she may not.
She'll
She
go
Right.
may
back.
not. If she do, she could. They got money. They'll change her name back to
Yeah,
Zaya.
I'm like, she got enough money.
That's a fucking damn mess.
Yeah. I
okay,
mean, you
okay.
also have to think.
And this is
Go
where
ahead, Sean.
this is where my issue resides with that comment you just made about what about going back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so are you accepting it in the first place?
Mm. Mm.
Because you're quick to come back and say, so what happens if?
Mm. I don't
So
think
I
he's
think
made
I
it's.
think that's
decisions.
part of the issue because we're
Mhm.
so busy concerning ourselves with how we think and how, and let's be honest, how we want people to do things, that we come up with these scenarios. Oh, well, you're doing this now. So what happens in 2 years when this kid is 3, 4 years later? They're older and now they decide they want to go.
Mhm.
My thing is, let people live, let them learn, because there's no better teacher than the mirror that you have to look into.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can lie to everybody on this freaking earth, but you cannot lie to that mirror.
That's
Because that
true.
mirror is going to tell you the truth every single time.
That's true.
Let
Yeah, you.
people explore
Yeah.
their goods and their bads, their faults and their conquering.
Mm-hmm.
Give them that opportunity.
Now, thank you for that. Now you know the mama ain't with this. The mama ain't never been accepting of her child calling themselves Zaya, and I'm sure she's gonna have an issue. She has an issue with Dwayne Wade wanting to legally change the child's name and gender. Do now she doesn't have custody, so do we feel like the mama got a stake in this really?
If she ain't got no custody, she ain't got shit to say.
No. I mean, to me,
Oh Lord. To me. But as far as in like I also think of it on another spectrum. Would this really happen if that baby was not Dwayne Wade's child? Would
Exactly.
if Dwayne Wade's child was going to a public school and not being homeschooled, are we still talking about the same? You know what I'm saying? Like
It probably wouldn't, and you have to acknowledge the privilege that Zaya
it's
has.
very much that. Yeah, it's very much that. So and now it goes into my opinion where it's just like, okay, so what are we talking about here?
oh,
When we talk about someone being trans and expressing them way, like she feels like she's a woman. Who told you that you felt that way?
but,
Well, according to
I,
Dwayne, he said that Zaya has felt that way for a long time, for years.
okay. I'm gonna say this. But so in terms of the mama feel like she can feel all the type of way she wants to because she can't do shit.
Right.
But to answer your question, Jazz, I think I have a trans daughter, right? Um, and not gonna call her name, but I met her when she was still in like freshman in high school, so she was still considered a boy. And one day she called me like, "Well, Mama, I want to do, da 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 da." I was like, "Okay," and I told her, I said, "Once you start this, you ain't gonna never look the same." Is what I told her, and I feel like she was like, thank you for having my back and my support. So even if Zaya decided to come back to being a man, it doesn't really matter because she has the support whether she want to be a boy or a girl,
True.
which is hard to which is hard for one in the black family as it is because you know how most black families are. Second, I applaud Dwayne Wade for letting his child do whatever the fuck his child want to do.
Yeah. But it's a privilege thing. We have
I,
to.
I, certain,
We cannot negate the fact that it's a privilege thing.
certain situations, yes, it will be present in certain situations. I mean, if Dwayne Wade was not the person who he was or didn't have the money that he got, I would still think and feel that he would be the same exact way about his child.
Now, Dwayne Wade did say he made some comments on the interview he did. He did express that he does have some fears for Zaya. Whenever she goes out of the house, uh, you know, he worries because
But
of
actually, that's nothing unique.
uh-huh.
Every parent does that when their child leaves the home and they're
But
not
particularly in this
there.
case, yeah, but particularly because of this case, because not he fears for her safety because he knows how people feel. And Zaya is a celebrity because of who her daddy is and who her stepmama is.
That is true.
I
And
get
so
that.
being put into that public light, and so much attention because if Dwayne Wade wasn't who he was, we wouldn't be talking about Zaya.
No, and
No.
it's funny because that was one of the comments I had wrote down on my notes about this conversation tonight was would we
Not you
even be
taking notes,
talking
Tron.
about
Go ahead,
this
Tron.
if we weren't talking about Dwayne Wade, would this even be a conversation?
I
Hell
Now,
no.
to,
it wouldn't be.
Hell no.
to be honest,
Now,
I
I
can
got to
answer
read a
that.
comment. So one of our viewers, my frat brother Brandon, he says the greatest privilege Zaya has is having a dad who loves her for exactly who she is.
That's what I
Most aren't as fortunate and cannot even fathom that
correct.
type of relationship. Now that's deep.
That's
No, and I love the fact that he loves his child and is allowing his child to be who she wants to be. That's cool. I don't personally. I don't give a damn. I just honestly don't. I don't care. That has nothing to do with me. That's their family. If they're okay with it, I'm great with it. I don't care.
Well,
I
why do you think so many other people care?
Cause they ain't got shit, and they ain't got shit better to do.
I tell you why they care. Let me tell you why they care.
Why they care, brother?
Because it's Dwayne Wade.
That and it's different. Where do you see a black man defending his child at all costs and then is accepting of the gender in public?
Magic Johnson.
Okay, I'm okay. Good.
And then look, that is true. That's another basketball player.
But you
son
know
his
what,
son and his
Darius,
daughter is
Darius,
playing.
I'm gonna defend London on this one because to take it a step deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the times you don't see a lot of black fathers supporting their children, period. And the fact that you're seeing a black father not only supporting his child, but in this particular situation, that makes it even more of a spectacle to everyone else because
That's
now
right.
they're looking like, wow.
That's that. And I'm glad you said it. That's what I was trying to get at the word. It almost comes across like it's a spectacle. You're doing this because you can. Because you are Dwayne Wade. Magic Johnson too. Your child, I don't even see that. I don't even know if she classifies herself or he classifies himself as trans. I just thought he was a flaming, man. He was a feminine man, a very flamboyant man. I didn't see him as transgender, walking around with a pocketbook and stuff like that. I didn't see that. But I feel as though, just like Tron said, like it's because it's basically it comes down to it's because it's Dwayne Wade, and Dwayne Wade can do what he want to do with his daughter per se because he's Dwayne Wade and the stepmama Gabrielle Union. But will we be still talking about this if it wasn't him?
Honestly, I think it shouldn't matter because at the end of the day, when you are black like me, growing up and you didn't have a father in your life, and then all of a sudden it's trying to, now that I'm grown, trying to dictate. Listen, I'm a sidebar. I'm a pastor's kid, okay? So
Welcome
that's
to the club.
right. That's a whole nother conversation in itself. But what I don't understand is,
Y'all the worst ones.
huh?
Hey, watch yourself.
I said y'all the
We are
worst
not.
ones.
Jazz, leave the PK shirt alone.
That's
Some of y'all is the worst ones because I
That's a
met some
myth.
PK kids and
No,
baby, it goes down.
you met some jackasses.
Mm-mm.
Don't put us all in that same boat. No.
I'm not no listen. I'm not no jackass. So yeah.
Are you
London,
sure?
London, I got you.
But I can act like a. But listen, I can act like a jackass when it's necessary. So, but I think I don't like. You're not supposed to question your life and what you go through because they're all tests. But I think if my father would have been in my life, who knows how I would have turned out? I probably would have still like niggas.
You know what? You wouldn't have been you, and that would have been a shame.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
And you know what? I thought like that too for a point in time. I thought if my daddy had been more active in my life, I wouldn't have been dealing with this gay shit, all this and that.
Uh,
And honestly, I know, but you know what? But I know people that had both mama and dad in the house, and they
right.
still turned out how they turned out.
So,
Yeah,
So
I don't think So I
So
don't think
for
it
me,
like that.
I think God gives you a path, and you have to learn how to deal with it. So, with that being said, I feel like that she should do whatever the fuck she wants to do. She should get her name changed. If she want to change it back, whatever the case may be, that's fine. Like,
I do.
you have
That's
a choice.
cool. You know what I think? What I do think Dwayne Wade needs to do though, and I'm not. He may already be doing this. They need to make sure that Zaya understands that she is in a place of privilege that a lot of other uh, kids in her situation don't have the privilege that she has, and she also has to understand that there are going to be. And she may already understand this. That there are going to be people out here in the world that will not understand her choice. They will not like her for it. Um, as long as she's got a tough skin and she recognizes that, and Mama need to know how to fight too, just in case she got to defend herself, just like Chad. You need to know
But you
how to
know
defend
what?
yourself.
She's 6'7"
But Darius,
like her daddy. She better know how to throw them bowls.
but Darius, that goes back to something we touched on earlier. It it's not even a matter of that. Uh let's be realistic here for a second. Let's just be realistic. We're all black, right? We
I
take
mean,
a risk
I'm
every
colored
time.
actually.
Well, call it what you want.
I'm
Tell the
black.
police.
I'm
Tell the
blackly.
police that. Tell the police that. All
I'm
right, and
cozy.
then get back
Right.
and then get back to me. Okay. Tell the police that. Then get back to me on that. Okay. See how that goes. But at the end of the day, as black parents, no matter what the issue is with your child, what it doesn't matter. You as a parent should let your child know that you are there for them, that you care for them, that you got their back, and that you will do anything in the world for them. Those are the key things when it comes to children. As long as
Hmm.
they know they're loved, they have that support. Because Jazz talked about that earlier, about having just knowing someone is there for you, knowing that, and for lack of a better phrase, having somewhere to run to,
Mhm.
and just know that I'm protected once I get here. That's the main thing.
Hmm.
And I think it's unfortunate for a lot of these kids, especially a lot of these kids who, you know, identify as an opposite gender or what have you. They unfortunately they face these things. And going back to the whole grandmother situation, a lot of the times, and I think we fail to realize it, a lot of these people are just as afraid as we are. They are afraid because they think if they get in the middle of this, that these people who are attacking whomever may come after them. So they don't want to attach themselves to that. Now they may love you nonetheless, but they don't want to get caught up in it. So it's a, and again, conversations that need to be had.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Conversations that need to be had because everything is not easy. Everything is not going to be comfortable.
Especially in this
It's
lifestyle.
right. It's not. But at the same time, I'll be damned if you should feel bad about who you are. Who you are is who you are.
Hmm.
And that's the place where we need to get to. Because I believe once we get to that place where people understand who they are and others, and you don't have to accept it, respect it. Respect who other people are. A lot of this shit will just go away on its own anyway. Because when you respect something, guess what? You don't question it anymore. You don't taunt it. You don't make fun of it. You don't belittle it. You don't bash it. You don't prey on it. You leave them the hell alone because you respect it, and that's where it needs to
But that's
be.
the thing, Tron. These people don't respect it.
And I feel like going back to Dwayne Wade's child, I feel like this, and I'm gonna be done talking about that heifer. Dwayne Wade's child, I feel.
Why's I got to be a heifer? We're going.
No, you gonna see why I'm going there. Dwayne Wade's child did not want to follow me, camera. He didn't want to. She did not want to follow in her daddy's footsteps. Cause what basketball player that got a son that you know of, other than Magic Johnson, is not going to want to follow some way, shape, or form in their father's footsteps, especially the success and stardom that Dwayne Wade has.
Well, I mean, that's just not her path.
What's the issue?
That was my point. That was my point that I was making. That's not her path, but your path was to feel like you were not a man. You were not a boy. Your path, the only thing that I've heard, this is my thing, you guys. If there was something more of like a purpose, if there was something that led up to it, like, okay, this is the way she is, and this is why she's doing what she's doing, is because not only does she personally feel like this way, but there is a, in my opinion, is there a message that we're talking about with her being with her gotten so much stardom? Because when I hear Dwayne Wade's son or daughter, only thing I hear of, oh, she's going through a transitional period. What else is there? My opinion, if you want to be out in the open and say, oh, I'm transgender, okay, what is it? What else is there to you?
But why does she have to think on that level? She's just learning who she is.
Exactly. So why are we even discussing why are we even discussing that she's trans?
Well, I think the reason
if we don't have to think on that level, or what if she don't have to think on that level, then what are we else supposed to look at her as? Again, it comes to a point where it's like almost like a spectacle. What else is there to her? She's perfectly open.
I think it may be perceived as a spectacle because that's how some people elect to see it.
Right, and each to their own. But at the same time, let's be mindful. We're talking about a child here. So, what? I mean, what are you expecting out of this situation?
Exactly what you said. Exactly what you said. She's a child. He's a child, whatever the case may be. So why, as adults, why are we even having to even see this? If she's a child, but evidently they're perfectly okay with letting it be known to the world that my son that was born, my son is now thinking about being, or is going through a transitional period of a woman. So but you said that was a child. We're talking about a child. Mm-hmm. But again, they left it up to everybody to be vulnerable because now everybody has an opinion of what you just announced to the entire world. So you can't pick and choose.
Well, I think because
for us to talk about child.
And I want to let London talk, but I think because of who she is, because of who her daddy is,
what I said.
It was going to become public.
I've been going back to that. That's exactly what I mean, Darius. It's a privilege thing. You can't tell me it's not. That was my whole point.
No, and I got exactly where you were coming from with that. That's why I made the comment I made.
No one's gonna care, Tron.
They're trying to cherry pick.
Tron, if you come out and say you want to be transgender one day, you just wake up and somebody be transgender. Ain't nobody gonna give two fucks about you wanting to.
I'm gonna give 3, and I'm gonna tell them hell no.
No. I'm saying that to say because Tron is not in the limelight. versus we're talking about this person and the only storyline, it's almost like a reality show. The only storyline that his child got is because they came out transgender at a young age. What else are you telling the people? So when that story is done dead and gone, what else do you have? You just sitting on your daddy's millions and just chilling.
And I don't blame her.
But
well, I guess, honey.
Well, and unfortunately, what happens is people cherry pick. You know, they go through and they choose what they want to deal with, what they want to talk about,
and that's a damn shame.
Yeah.
But I just, like I said, to each his own, and I'm saying this, y'all, I'm saying this, I'm a transgender woman. Like, I'm trans, okay, I can speak on this. I personally know what it's like. But again, are these kids really thinking about the things that they're going to go through? They still have to go through elementary, middle school, and high school to get to adult. And even when you do become an adult, you're still going to be battling with people that's not going to be accepting of you.
Mm-hmm.
You still have to deal with that. So
Yes.
as parents, what are you guys preparing your kids for? Just because they can? I do feel as though if that was the case, my opinion, y'all, Dwayne Wade should have never made that public. That never should have went public. I don't care what nobody fucking says. That child was going to be ridiculed, criticized. That child looks at the motherfucking comments on the damn post all the time, I'm sure.
Well, do you think because of the platform that he has, maybe they elected?
My point exactly. You
To
use your platform and use your celebrity status to literally, in some case and point, not to me, but in some case and point in the whole NBA, that your child was pretty much a laughing stock. Who the fuck child wants to be the laughing stock of the entire motherfucking NBA? Because trust and believe, the motherfucking other NBA players' kids was looking and talking shit.
Well, you know what, and I'm sure, but there are also those who are supportive, and I do think too because of the privilege.
They ain't came for.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. They better came for privately.
We see it.
But
now you know, Darius. Anytime when people come for, oh yeah, they said that they're accepting of it, that they 100% support it.
Yeah, but I do think because of the
secretly, but not publicly.
Yeah, but I do think because of the privilege that Zaya has, she probably to some extent is insulated from a lot of that stuff. But London, you something you wanted to say, brother.
I gotta eat my popcorn, honey.
I'm gonna try to say this without being harsh. I think I'm not trans. I'm not trying to be. I don't have anything against trans people. But
Even at one time at band camp, brother.
Bitch, no.
Cause I would have took a smack at it.
I think until we are able to support each other, no matter what decision that he or she makes, I don't think we'll ever get past of asking, okay, well, why do you want it? Should, to be honest with you, it shouldn't matter why. The fact that they said I want to be trans, and to me, you should help them all the way, regardless if they want to be something else the next day or not. It comes to the point where you have to, as my grandmother would say, give people their flowers while they're living. So who's not to say that Zaya did not have this conversation with Dwayne Wade privately? We won't know that because we only see what we see on TV. Now, to me, I applaud that. Because at the end of the day, Zaya got somebody that she can run and turn to and talk to.
I'm sure she told before it came out, London. But what I'm also saying is, I think that a lot of people have made the LGBT community a fucking mockery. It's like, not like we already don't have enough to fuck to deal with, not only being black but being gay.
I think LGBTQ have some instances of becoming a mockery, but when you actually sit down and you think about the lifestyle that you're in, I feel like, to me, it takes a very strong person to be classified as different.
You're right. I 200% agree with that. When I think about my own, personal development,
I
Yes,
because
because when I think about
Strong,
my
I
own,
concur.
that
yeah,
it takes a very strong person to even think different, let alone be different, and without it being a problem or
and
it.
see, and that was my point earlier, because that's where I would love to see our mindset leave from. Why do we think of ourselves as different?
I don't think of
Why
myself.
why
I
why
don't think of
why
myself as different. I think of myself as superior. When I look at me, I think it's I think LGBT because if you think about it, motherfucker, half of y'all hoes will be looking a goddamn mess if it wasn't for them gay hairstylists. Half of y'all asses would be looking flatter than a damn bush boy, bitch, if it wasn't for motherfuckers prepping your Tucci. Half of y'all damn nails and feet would look like motherfucking Magilla Gorilla for sale. Had it not been for bitches over there telling you, girl, pick a wrong to pick another color, or let me do your nails and let me do your feet. You know, gay people only put so much on them to an extent. We are the most motherfucking creative motherfuckers. Bitch, give us the idea, we gonna run with the whole. You can't take no damn hairstyle to no damn female and she gonna execute it like the T, because we're just that. We're artists. We're creative. And they can't stand the fact that we are different and we do it better than actual. It's just like the same thing with white people. White people can't stand our motherfucking asses because black people the only ones that got motherfucking damn melanin. We the only motherfuckers. Not only do we got melanin, we on beat at every motherfucking damn shit unless you're whitewashed in a motherfucker. And even then, you still got a little bit of damn juice in your ass. You know what I'm saying? So we not only are we are hated on bad because not only are we beautiful, not only do we have rhythm, and we can motherfucking dance to any beat, whether it be country, gospel, or motherfucking hip hop.
You
We
know what?
also got
Nah, you
melanin
ain't
that
never
they
lied
want.
about that. You ain't never lied about that.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause,
And that's
cause
what I be
all
now
trying
it
to
you know
tell
takes
now
is
some
people.
of
like
y'all,
2 seconds.
now come on now, some of y'all ain't got no damn rhythm now.
No,
They may
that's what
not,
she said. That's what she
but
said.
but
That's what
look,
she
but
said.
what makes up for them not having rhythm? Them motherfuckers might be bad as shit at something else, and the motherfucking white people can't stand it. So again, not only us being an LGBT community, we already got to deal with us being black or being of color in the LGBT community. Come and tell you right now, our white counterparts in the LGBT community can't stand our motherfucking asses either. And I said it. I lived in Denver for 4 years. Them white motherfuckers could not stand when our pretty asses walked in there and we had to get on the motherfucking stage and perform. Them motherfuckers did not want us to outshine them because we picked up all they motherfucking tips. I know. I endured it. Them motherfuckers could. The only reason they put us in there was when they other motherfucking cast members was high off of motherfucking crack. And I said it.
Mm,
And I said it.
Well,
mm.
I'm glad you are speaking your piece about that.
I just felt the need.
No, and that's what this platform is for.
That's what it's for. That's what it's for.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I
Okay.
and you know we're seeing so much. I mean, right here in Florida, we're dealing with the effects of the "Don't Say Gay" bill. There are legal challenges to that bill. We're dealing with the ban um, LGBTQ youth receiving trans services. There are other states I know about
Yeah.
the
Now what?
bathroom
Now
ban in
what's going
Alabama.
on with that part of that bill?
So
Because I
basically,
read a
passed a
little
law.
something about it.
So they passed a law basically saying that you could not offer transitioning services to minors, to LGBTQ minors, because it is the opinion of people like the governor
What's
and other
transitional
people.
services?
So if you are an LGBTQ, let's say you are trans, you identify as trans, and you decide that you want to go undergo the transformation, you want to get hormones, um, you
Welcome
or
back.
you want to do, or you want to get the whole, you want to go the whole way, you want to go all the way. They are saying no, as minors, no, and they're
I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, Darius. I don't think
yeah.
there's nothing wrong
Uh-huh.
with that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I think it needs to. I think expressing yourself one is okay, but you over there trying to damn do a full fuck. You're not. So let me say this. Y'all know when they say that every state has a, and this might get a little touchy for people because R. Kelly dealing with it, but it needs to be said. Y'all got a problem with motherfucking girls and boys having consensual sex with someone that's 18 or over. Y'all got a problem with that. And y'all said that's a law against that. But Why y'all not having the same fucking feelings when it comes to LGBT? Y'all need to make it make sense now. So again, if you got a problem with that, y'all need to make sure that there needs to be a stop on. Okay, we are okay with you expressing yourself in a certain way, but you actually try to alter your entire body because in your mind right now, because what they're saying is when you're at a young age, you're not fully developed and can consent to having sex with someone that is of an adult age. Ain't that what they be saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if
Correct.
they're saying that,
But I
then
think Jazz,
they're
that's two
saying
different
that
things. You're
no,
talking about
it's
consent.
not. No,
No,
Darius, it's not
actually,
two different things because
Darius, I think you're missing her point. Her
Go
point
it's
ahead.
the
is
same
this.
thing. I'm
Her
saying
point
if
is
you're
this.
telling someone that they cannot have sex with someone 18 or an adult that's 18 years of older, even if they consent to the sexual activities, because I'm gonna tell you right now, these motherfucking teenagers know more sex about than older people. Let me just say that. But they can't have consensual sex, then they know they don't even need to consider transgender women trying to do sex reassignment surgery as a teenager either. They don't need to give them the benefits that they if you're saying that you gotta wait till you're 18 to have sex or be consent to have sex, then you need to wait till you're 18 to make the decision if you want to do a fucking transformation on your body or not. So I do agree with that. I do 100% agree with that.
Remember that all of these surgeries before they take place, they go through extensive amount of therapy. So
True.
none of them are going without. And obviously, if you're still talking about the Dwayne Wade, they are going through a lot of processes, with the therapist, with a clinical therapist, to get to that point and to know how to manage the alter egos and the changes that have come. Does it still make it right? Absolutely. I don't think so. But I think the therapist then has, like a doctor, has the right to say, okay, you can move forward with this
Right.
transgender
And
risk.
that makes sense too. But on the spectrum of what Darius was saying, even with hormone shots, why are y'all even considering giving a fucking child under the age of 18 any hormone shots? Y'all don't allow them motherfuckers to smoke, but guess what? That don't stop their ass from damn stealing from their mama their Newports. The damn kids out here fucking in elementary school over here smoking weed and going to school high as fuck, talking about they on the stress. What the fuck you on the stress for? You gotta go to the fuck for school, eat, do your goddamn work, come the fuck home, wash your ass, and get ready for the next goddamn day all over again. So what the hell stress you on?
And that part.
So I'm
I ain't got
saying
shit else
this
to
to
say.
say you can't pick
I'm
and
not
choose
even saying
what
nothing.
you can't pick and choose what's appropriate for a child and what's not. And it goes back to Zion. Who are you to sit there and just be able to announce it to the world, my child is transgender? To me, it was a stunting show. Cause what the fuck do we need to know that your motherfucking damn son want to be a damn girl? Like again, what the fuck was it going to profit? What was it going to do?
I think, but Jazz, you also have to
But see,
recognize.
Who
huh?
did
But you
it?
have to recognize because of who they are, it was gonna get out regardless. So I think what they
I
were
don't
trying
give
to
a
do. I,
listen. Like
no,
I
no, no,
said,
hold on. Let me say this. I think what they were trying to do is control the narrative, get out in front of it because they knew it was gonna be
how
out
is
there.
it going to happen when
So,
Zion still looks like Zion, Darius?
but because of that,
That child is still bald.
but I think what they are doing is they're trying to control the narrative.
What narrative?
So if he gets out there in front of it rather than be reactionary, he can control. Dwayne can control the narrative to a certain extent.
He can't control that motherfucker getting damn assaulted on the fucking street. He can't. He don't go everywhere that motherfucking child go. So what you mean? Control the narrative?
Well, you're
The
talking about the
narrative.
narrative, like the media, what's being said,
But
what's being
that's what
put
I'm
out
No,
there.
saying.
I
But
think you're
that's what I'm saying.
confusing.
There,
I
he can't
think you're
control if that baby
confusing.
get motherfucking
Oh no,
assaulted
I'm not
No,
around
confused.
the
you're confusing narrative with reality. Darren is saying he can control what is being put out there about his child.
Not necessarily. He can't.
Yeah,
To
he
a
can.
large extent, he can
Yeah. You're
because
speaking
she is a
on
minor because she is a
right,
minor and he's the
right.
parent.
And you're speaking on this child being out in the world. Those are two totally different things.
Something that he cannot control.
Just like we can't control our day-to-day lives.
My point being, So what was it? What was the profit of sitting there saying my son is now undergoing or feeling like she's a girl? Because that's what the story was brought out. She feels like she is a girl. What
Okay.
was
So
that? What
I
was
do
the
think
profit?
I do think they want to be advocates for this issue.
Yeah.
Well, why the fuck they ain't at the gay pride parade?
Well, they've been.
Yeah, they were down there. Yeah.
Yeah, Gabrielle.
Yeah, yeah.
Gabrielle, but that's not Gabrielle's child legally.
Yeah, but that's her
No, but she's
child.
his wife.
Yeah, that's her child.
That's her stepdaughter.
I want to see the daddy. I want the daddy to come out there and say what the tea is.
You just want a daddy to come out there so you can look at his meat and stuff.
I just yeah, that might be the part too. But I'm just saying, you guys, because I got to get ready to go. But I'm just saying, on my opinion, I just feel like honestly, we can talk about services and we can talk about, what I'm saying, people expressing themselves a certain type of way. You just got being trans, being LGBTQ, being a woman. Now, hell, nowadays being a man, you have to be careful with what you put out to the fucking media. You got to be careful. Everybody's not gonna have the same likes, obviously. I deal with it in the majorette community. I came out in my entire majorette community, and so some of y'all that know the majorette community know how big the majorette community is. And I got a lot more support. Yes, I had a couple haters that just every chance they get, oh, that's the dude. Well, bitch, I look better than you. Okay, so don't come for me unless I motherfucking doggone got your ass in my pocket. Okay, but I'm just saying, like, I just think that people need to be they need to have these conversations with these young adults and they need to see if that's something that they really ready for. The world is going to ridicule you. They ridicule you if you don't got the latest J's on. So they're going to ridicule you if you different than them.
All I can say is I hope Zaya know how to fight.
I hope she know how to fight too. As being as big as her ass, so she better use them.
I hope she know how to throw them hands.
She better get them boats to moving, honey. That's all I know.
She know how to call that lawyer. That was all she need to do.
Now fuck that, honey. A lawyer my ass, honey. You need a motherfucker bob and weave because a lawyer can't get that. I need a motherfucker got.
But you in the moment. You need to be able to. You need to be able to stick and move, baby.
Swing on that hoe.
Thank you. Grab that hoe with that long ass.
You better you better use them Chanel gloves and them Fendi gloves and put them hoes to work. I know they cost a couple damn racks. You need to put them hoes to work. But I'm just saying, you guys, like it's a very, very, very tough. It's a very touchy situation, and I'm not hating. I'm not mad. I'm just saying, as transgender women, everybody's not fortunate. And I understand everybody's not fortunate to automatically look like a female. They're not fortunate to automatically just be like, oh, they got the ism or they got the. I just, you got to be prepared for it. You have to be prepared for what's going to come your way if you decide to make this public. And it don't even have to be Zaya. It's any person that is thinking about they're different or special and they're wanting to come out to their peers. You have to understand everybody's not going to have that same type of mentality or
you absolutely right. You absolutely right. I can say for me, it took me years, well into adulthood, to get comfortable with who I was.
I mean, it took you years. I mean, I used to say that I was bisexual. I like women. I ain't had no coochie until I damn moved to Atlanta.
Atlanta will bring it out of you.
Yeah, London. Yes, London. I ate the Kit Kat and everything, Hunty. It was an experience.
You had a Kit Kat bar.
And everything. It was. I had a little menage a tweet, and it was cute because I was attracted to the man.
Child, you got it. You got it.
Something out of my inside and made that part come out a little bit more. So I wasn't doing it.
You got into that puss. You got into that puss.
Yeah. But in all actuality, I think we touched. Did we say something about this on the job show? I said them trans men. I've had experience with a few trans men, baby, and
them trans men likes the meat. They likes to get the meat.
The trans men, oh my God.
They likes to get the meat.
Baby, listen, I can't wait for Pride next weekend in Atlanta, honey. Honey, Pride next weekend is gonna be the tea.
London, brother, you can't wrap your head around it, brother. You look confused, brother.
Now letting them get confused, London.
Be ye not confused.
So they got a lot of trans men down there in Florida. Don't get it confused.
They do. And a lot of them trans men, baby. And a lot of them trans men, baby, likes the penis.
They do. They do, honey. It's confusing at first, but when you talk to them, you be like, oh, okay. Yeah. Well, London. Look at London. London looks all intrigued, honey. Yeah, honey. So.
Nah, well, you know, to me, it's nothing new. I mean, hell, the gay boys and girls been having babies together.
Now that's why I said. That's why I said. I don't know why she called. That's one of my trans men friend now. Talking about let's go out to eat. I'll call you back in a minute. But yeah, like
I knew a trans woman in Tallahassee that actually got a stud pregnant.
It's possible. Now I can't do no stud. It got to be a trans man. I can't do no stud, honey.
Baby, I loves me a good old stud. I loves me a stud.
I can't see no breast. I'm trying. I hope I'm not turning you on.
Tron is asexual, remember?
Trying, you just let me know after the show if you want to go out for drinks because we right here in Atlanta. Just let me know. I can meet up with you, Tron. I feel like you got something else on your mind that you want to talk to me about, so we can let it have it. It's all right, Tron. Don't trip, take shit. But no, seriously, guys, I'm getting ready to go. It was amazing.
We're going to all get out of here. Now, I did have some other stories, but we're going to save them for the next time. Because it is, we done been on here a good hour and a half, so.
Yes, y'all. Well, it was nice meeting everybody. And then Darius and Leonard, I'll see y'all on Friday. If I can, I got a couple of clients, but I'll see y'all. But try and make sure you hit me up. Add me on Facebook, on the Instagram.
You know what? Every time he be around me, he been getting a lot of friend requests. I want to know who some of these hoes is that been sending my friend requests. I really want to know.
Tron gives off very much. I'll fuck with you if I'm attracted to you. Ain't that what he said? He asexual. That's what he said at the beginning of the call. Tron, I'm gonna tell you, Tron, you mess with me, you won't mess with nobody else. Oh.
Terrence, what you said? What you said? Say it again. What you said, Terrence? Oh.
Bye, you guys.
I like confident pussy. I always like confident pussy. I don't know what's going on.
Lord brought his ass back.
And around.
Brother, you speechless. That's a rarity.
Look, we still live, so I can't.
Get us off this damn live thing.
Lord, so thank y'all, everybody that's watching. I see some new faces in here tonight. Thank y'all so much for supporting us. We will be back next Wednesday, 8 o'clock, right here on Power Plug Radio. Y'all stay on. We're going to end this broadcast.